A pleasant good morning to my dear colleagues. I pray that you are all in good condition despite the pandemic that we are all experiencing. I am Miss Abigail C. Carino and I am assigned to discuss a topic on our first day of our in-service training. I am fully hoping that you may learn something about my discussion for today. Before we proceed to our discussion, I would like to ask everyone this question. Please be honest and pick out one emoticon that you may be experiencing and feeling right at this moment. Please honestly type your answer on our chat box. I want to thank everyone who participated in this activity. As of the moment, I am reading all of your answers silently. I have sought advice from a psychologist graduate, but please feel free to correct me if there are certain misunderstandings regarding this lesson. I want everyone to know the following points with regards to this activity. Your feelings are valid and it's okay. Your feelings have something to do with what you have experienced these past few days, especially that the pandemic is going across the world and more time is spent at home. Different emotions such as worries and anxieties are common. Your feelings have something to do with your mental health. I believe that in this activity, you already have an idea of our topic for today. But please allow me to introduce our topic. Our topic is about mental health and stress management. Let us first discuss what is mental health. According to the World Health Organization, mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. The World Health Organization also stressed that mental health is more than just the absence of mental disorders or disabilities. Peak mental health is about not only avoiding active conditions but also looking after ongoing wellness and happiness. Mental health refers to cognitive, behavioral, and emotional well-being. It is all about how people think, feel, and behave, especially when there are sudden changes which are happening with our daily lives. Mental health can affect daily living, relationships, and physical health. It is vital to look after our mental health as it can preserve our ability to enjoy life. Doing this involves reaching a balance between our life activities, responsibilities, and efforts to achieve psychological resilience. Certain conditions such as stress and anxiety can affect mental health and disrupt a person's routine. How stressed are you? Let us have a quick measurement of how stressed we are at this moment. The link I will send everyone is about a 3-minute stress test which will measure your stress level. As you have finished taking the test, Please type your score in our chat box as a sign of your participation. Thank you for your participation. You can freely type your answer while the lesson is ongoing. I would like to inform everyone that the quiz, however, is not a substitute for a proper diagnosis. We encourage you to schedule an appointment with your doctor or another mental health professional if you are concerned about how stress may be affecting you. Now let us discuss the definition of stress. Stress is defined as any type of change that causes physical, emotional, or psychological strain. Stress is your body's response to anything that requires attention or action. Everyone experiences stress to some degree. The way you respond to stress, however, makes a big difference to your overall well-being. Sometimes, the best way to manage your stress involves changing your situation. At other times, the best strategy involves changing the way you respond to the situation. Not all types of stress are harmful or negative. Some of the different types of stress that you might experience include acute stress. Acute stress is a very short-term type of stress that can either be positive or more distressing. This is the type of stress we most often encounter in day-to-day life. Some of the examples are traffic jam, argument with your spouse, and criticism from your boss. Chronic stress. Chronic stress is a stress that seems never-ending and inescapable, like the stress of a bad marriage or an extremely taxing job. Chronic stress can also stem from traumatic experiences and childhood trauma. Episodic acute stress. Episodic acute stress is acute stress that seems to run rampant and be a way of life, creating a life of ongoing distress. Some examples of episodic acute stress are taking on too much responsibility, being responsible for a loved one with frequent or significant difficulties, or having bad luck. Eustress. Eustress is fun and exciting. It's known as a positive type of stress that can keep you energized. It's associated with surges of adrenaline, such as when you're skiing or racing to meet a deadline. There are many different things in life that can cause stress. Some of the main sources of stress includes the following. Although stress is inevitable, it can be manageable. When you understand the toll it takes on you and steps to combat stress, you can take charge of your health and reduce the impact stress has on your life. We can always choose not to dwell with the stress with a positive mindset. It is important that we handle our stress well using stress management. Stress management is defined as the tools, strategies, or techniques that reduce stress and reduce the negative impacts stress has on your mental or physical well-being. A variety of techniques can be used to manage stress. These include mental, emotional, and behavioral strategies. When stress management is used regularly and in response to stressful life events, we can optimize our well-being. Given how bad stress is for the body, managing stress is essential. Managing stress is simple, although not always easy. There are lots of ways to do it. Here are some of the methods on how to manage stress. Have a self-care morning routine. A morning may include waking up by 6 a.m., having coffee on the patio, listening to the peaceful chirping of birds, go for a mile walk and breathe fresh air, listening to worship music, taking free yoga class on YouTube, or having light free weights. Get out and spend time with nature. This may include the following activities: taking a nap outdoors, reading a book from a patio or under a tree, backyard camping, and being a plantita or a plantito by starting a stay-at-home vegetable garden. We may all get a good workout and get a good grasp of vitamin D from the sun, which is a powerful mood booster. Start journaling to distress. Journaling is a great practice that helps many topics that people are facing right now, including the stress of such drastic life changes and being isolated. This can be a to-do list, things that you worry about, fears, and also things that you are grateful for or excited about. You can also include potential solutions to problems or fears that may arise. One of the most difficult yet important things you can do for your mental health is to accept the emotions you are feeling. But this does not mean that you should overindulge in the negativity. When we are sad, it is but okay to cry, but let us not dwell with too much sadness. It is also important that we find a support group, such as family or friends, to which we can share our feelings without being judged. Do deep breathing exercises. Deep breathing is effective in releasing stress and improving lung function. When we do deep breathing, it sends a signal to the brain to relax. This helps in stabilizing your brain and heart pressure. Ground yourself with your senses. Get away from the media as often as you can and focus on where you are at this moment and what is in front of you. You need only focus on what you can do and let the problems of other people be solved by those people. We can help when the things appear in front of us, but only if we are collected into a calm and clear composure. There are many different free grounding exercises all over the internet, and there is one that I will provide for you. I encourage everyone to try this simple 5-minute grounding exercise.
Grounding is a technique that helps keep us in the present moment. It helps bring us back to the here and now. Grounding is especially useful for managing emotional storms because when storms arrive, we often get so lost in what we are thinking and how we are feeling, we lose track of where we are right now. So let's now try a brief grounding exercise. You can practice this exercise no matter how you are feeling right now. Even if you feel fine at this moment and no difficult thoughts or feelings are present, you can still practice this exercise. Just follow all the steps. By practicing in this way, even when you feel well, you will prepare yourself for when difficult situations arise. Please do this exercise in silence. We invite you to sit straight. You might wish to close your eyes to help move more deeply into the exercise. If you do not want to close your eyes, then fix your gaze on a spot. Take a moment to notice what you are thinking and how you are feeling right now. Next, find a way to slow down. Slow your breathing. Breathe in and out through your nose. Slowly press your feet into the floor. Slowly stretch your arms, or if you prefer, press your hands firmly together. Get a sense of yourself slowing down. Now notice where you are. Look around you with curiosity. What are 5 things you can see? What are 3 or 4 things you can hear? Breathe in the air. What is it like? Warm, cool, fresh, still, dry, or humid? What can you smell in the air? Notice where you are and what you are doing. Reach out and touch something and notice what it feels like under your fingers. Stretch your body in some way. Stretch your arms or legs or back or neck. Notice that while there might be difficult thoughts or feelings appearing, there is also a world around you that you can see and hear and smell and touch. And notice, you can now move the way you want to, and you can also choose the words you will speak, and how softly or loudly you will say them. This is important to notice Because the way you influence the world around you is through your actions, through what you do, and through the words you say and the way you say them. Now take a moment to notice how you feel. Hopefully you feel a bit more grounded, less lost in your thoughts and feelings, and more connected with the world around you. If this did not happen for you, or if you feel a bit strange, then remember such reactions are common. Usually with practice, these exercises will start to feel more natural and the results will be more powerful.
I hope that you feel better after you have executed the simple exercise I gave you. Before I end my discussion, please remember to take good care of your mind as how you take care of your body. Your mental and physical health are of utmost importance to our well-being. Thank you everyone for listening. I pray for everyone's health and safety during these trying times.